Hello everybody! Welcome to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel and I am watching My Hero Academia Vigilantes. We are on episode 6. From my understanding about this show, we're kind of like over the intro at this point. We kind of have all the details about our main characters that we're going to have, because last time we learned about Pop Step and what her kind of backstory is. A little bit more about Koichi too. We just need to learn more about Knuckle Duster, really. And we got introduced to Stendhal, who is the dark side of vigilantism. And also, this is the same starting screen as we had last time. I talked about how nice it was last time. Now I'm pissed off. No, not really. Have I talked about how much I love this show? Like, I didn't know what it was gonna be when we started. I heard it was good, but I haven't really been enjoying it. It's been delightful. So if you guys have been enjoying my reactions and want to continue watching them, then you should subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Vigilantes reaction going forward. Let's begin this episode. In 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so we got the like Yakuza looking guy over here. This guy's badass. Fucking Kiryu over here. Okay. And then several months ago. Okay. Oh, well, here's Stendhal. Uh-oh. Alright, we're getting some introductions. The manhole. Okay. So, I was completely right. I didn't expect it to be confirmed so quickly. Honestly, the voice was a big thing that tipped me off, though. Ooh. He does not fuck around. Well, I guess we knew that. So what happened during this show to make Stain the hero killer? Ah, so you're that kind of hero. The enemy of my enemy is my friend for now. Alright, so Stendhal is Stain. It feels like it might come from, like, the judgment part of him taking over the man, you know? Like, Stendhal takes over, that creates Stain. Crossing Lines, that's the name of the episode. These guys. Right, we did... They're on her list. In a hospital. Immediately. Man, you guys better watch out there. You guys should stay away from that. When he's thinking about things. Are you gonna get more trigger? I don't know why pixelating it makes it worse. Yeah, shut up. Oh, he's here. Damn, this is... Ooh.
てめえらの思い通りになんかなるかよ。薬なんざいらねえ。
You might need the drugs.
で十分だ。
つまんないの。
Yeah, whatever. I'm not here for your entertainment.
面白くしちゃおう。
Against his will.
こいつもだ。ニヤニヤ笑いやがって。
Yeah, she sucks.
そうだ。いつだってそうだ。ニヤニヤ笑いながら。
They definitely weren't grinning at you. But... Oh, man. Yikes. That sounds disgusting. Let's go find it. True colors. Come on. He looks like Anguirus over here. Yep. Yeah, Koichi, you have an interesting situation in front of you. Yeah, that's not how he does things. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. That was cool. Ugh. My god. Yeah. Ooh. I'm trying to save your life. Uh-oh. So close. Yeah, I know that quirk. Are you sure about that? Ooh. Oh man. Knuckle Duster versus Stendhal, huh? That's me. Our goal is not the same. Damn. Yeah, well, I don't kill people, so. When Knuckle Duster calls you crazy, can't close the range properly. And I'm so confident, I can tell you. I'm pure muscle. Oh boy. Are you sure about that? He's really good at punching. And that's how they get you. Yep. Well, you want to play by the rules? You do have a mask. Kind of. Oh boy. Ooh! Ooh. You getting cuts, not good.
未来よりなお罪深きは覚悟もなく上辺を飾るやから英雄まがい
I wonder if Knuckle Duster is the one who punched him so hard that he broke his nose. Now he's...
確かにそうだ
That's how his nose got like that.
もう開かれた先達の教示に感謝する
Wow.
怪我したんだって
小娘お前はそっちだ
そっち
Yeah, he got hurt. Pretty bad too. I'm not happy about this.
いやー、世の中には怖い人がいるもんですね。
殺されかけたってのにヘラヘラしやがってどっ
That's-
かおかしいんじゃねえのか
Yeah, but that's who he is.
おかしいんじゃなくて
Well,
パパなの
or there's only a small
な
difference.
るほどな
Yeah, I see how it is. I immediately clock the feelings. Oh God.
今の俺には足りないものが多すぎる
Yeah.
何よりも足りないのはそう覚悟だ
Uh-oh.
その覚悟はいくらなんでも面白すぎないかな
黙れ
Ooh. Oh, no, he's cutting off his nose. He's broken anyway, I guess. That's to prove your resolve.
仮面はない
Oh man, I want to see that panel from the
巨食
manga.
の仮面は割れ全ては混沌として混じり合いながらここにある
She's gonna be fine,
あの人
unfortunately.
は一人でよくわかんないこと言って別にいいけどね面白いから
She is creepy.
顔なき
Look at him stain the
行為
wall.
そのもの
You're just not gonna get that treated, huh? You're just gonna...
拭えど消えぬ結婚のしるべが
Alright, well that was faster than I thought to get Stain's origin story. Alright everyone, that was Vigilantes episode 6, Crossing Lines. I guess it would have been a little bit spoilery, but I do kind of wish that... I know what I'm gonna name my reaction. Stain origin story. This may be dumb, but I didn't realize that the name Stain was referring to blood stains. I was just kind of thought it was referring to like... You know, I don't know. I guess, like, because he has, like, a jagged blade, I was thinking of, like, rust stains. But that was quite a interesting episode. Stendhal was a short-lived character. Stendhal was basically the... I was a little bit wrong when I said, like, I wonder if Stendhal is going to overtake the man. Other way around. Stain was born from him shedding the mask. Was born from cutting off his nose. I was wondering how that happened. It did... Knuckle Duster did probably break it when he punched it. That's not how surgery is done. Now Stendhal is basically dead. The mask is shattered. And all that's left is the man. I guess it wasn't a crazy prediction of me to be like, I bet this guy's Stain. It was probably a combination of just, like, the sword and the voice that was like, that's who this guy is. But I'm still a little proud of myself. But, like, his interactions with Knuckle Duster were really interesting. He considered Knuckle Duster, like, a fellow hero of justice. He, like, even thought about All Might. Like, Knuckle Duster is inadvertently, like, the responsible party for creating Stain, because Stendhal was all like, yeah, he's gonna follow the rules because he's a hero, and then he doesn't follow the rules, punches him, breaks his mask, and he's all like, all heroes are not like All Might? Heroes are corrupt? I'm gonna kill them. So a chain of events was set into motion today. Now, the question overall, is Stain's existence more of a good thing or a bad thing to the world of My Hero Academia? Because in the end, Stain helps All Might. Like, in the end, Stain, like, helps the heroes. So, Knuckle Duster kind of helping to set this chain of events into motion somehow helps the heroes in the end. It doesn't help Ingenium, though. It doesn't help Tensei. Sad. Man, this show is really fun. I like how each episode does feel like more episodic than My Hero Academia. They're not like entirely episodic, but they do feel like they have like certain stopping points. Maybe from Stendhal's introduction in the last episode to this episode is a little bit more of a continuous plot thread than we've had in the past. But it's just because they couldn't fill up an entire episode with the Pop Step backstory. I was also like, if I can talk shop for a second. Each episode I have to decide what character or what scene I'm going to put in the thumbnail. Usually it's a character because I feel like those are the things that are most instantly recognizable. And so far there's been Knuckle Duster, Koichi, Hachisuka, Tensei, and Pop Step. And I feel like I'm pretty good about getting the characters all in there. I was like, finally I get to use Pop Step in a thumbnail. And I'm glad I didn't use Stendhal for the last one, because I'm definitely using him in this one. But I'm always thinking about that. Usually there's like one or two images that stick in my mind immediately, and I can just go back to them and be like, all right, that's what I'm screenshotting. I think I'm pretty good at choosing screenshots for thumbnails. But it was just interesting to see the development of Stain, because, you know, obviously it was killing villains, and it was like, how is this going to then turn into him killing heroes? It seems to be like his resolve now is to get to the root of injustice, which is the heroes that do not punish villains in the proper way. He's all fucked up. His ideology, in my opinion, his ideology has never really made sense. Because they haven't done a good job at showing how most of the heroes we interact with are not corrupt, but he, like, asserts that they are corrupt. And I'm like, the problem with Stain is that he's only killed and attacked heroes that we've seen that are, like, fine. You know, if he went after Endeavor, then maybe some of the fans would have been like, this is correct. Because Endeavor is, like, the most corrupt hero that I feel like we've interacted with. But like Tensei, for example, we met him. He's a hero that's attacked by Stain, and it's just like the guy is he's a great guy. He's good. He's like a good hero. So, you know, I mean, Stain goes off the deep end clearly is not fully thinking. And he is an interesting character. It's just like he's one of those characters that are all like, you may have a point, maybe, but the way that you're going about it is completely wrong, which is like the thing for a lot of villains. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people get annoyed at that kind of stuff. For example, with Batman villains who are all like, you know, there's problems in Gotham, so I'm gonna fix the problems by killing a bunch of innocent people. And it's like, okay, you had a point. I think ultimately what I'm hoping for with the finale of My Hero Academia proper is that with this new generation of heroes that are up and coming, a lot of characters like Uraraka and Deku have talked about how they want to understand the people that they're fighting against. And, you know, a semi-serious, semi-jokey like thing that people have talked about with Batman, and specifically I'm thinking of Batman, is that like he like fights these people who have like legitimate grievances, just they go about it in insane ways, and then like the status quo is just returned, and like the things that they were actually trying to like maybe improve don't really get improved. I don't think that's the case for every Batman story, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes it feels like, no, there was something actually there, like an actual problem, and it doesn't get addressed ever again. I'm hoping that with My Hero Academia, part of the point is that it's going to be addressed once the, you know, the truly irredeemable villains are gone. Because heroes should be making the world a better place. I don't know. That's me talking about My Hero Academia. It just feels like much of the mistakes of the older generation of heroes is that they don't actually address what made the villains villains in the first place. There was also that cool like scene with the Yakuza at the beginning. Stendhal, just extremely efficient there. I mean, it's always surprising when he straight up kills people. It just feels like I was informed that, like, you know, around the time when this manga came out, the My Hero Academia series was at a, you know, different point where things weren't as serious. Like, I feel like this level of violence is not out of place in, like, the current seasons, but is definitely, when this manga came out, it was a little bit more surprising. I have a feeling that like, shot with him cutting off his nose, like, looking into the mirror, it's like, there's, like, a big, like, black hole in the mirror there. I wonder if in the manga they, like, actually, like, show, like, you know, his bones. And then we had the spiky guy, Soga. He had some interesting thoughts, it seems, to this episode, where he was like, I mean, he crushed Trigger, so he probably wasn't planning on taking it. He was probably planning on giving her a piece of his mind. Obviously, that didn't work out. The fact that Hachisuka can just, like, force Trigger on people. I gotta know what the anatomy of Hachisuka is. And not in a weird way. Okay? I mean, like, what is the inside of her skull look like? A knife was thrown into her eye. And it killed some bees, but she could take it out. So what's the inside of her eye look like? Like a beehive, I assume? Ma'am, where's the space for your brain then? Do we have like a bee portal? Like, is there like some impossible space in her head? I feel like a mad scientist saying that. Like, I will dissect your head and find out what's going on. But like, I haven't thought about it until I saw an entire knife go in there. And I mean, she just like spawns bees from her eyes. Is like a seemingly impossible number that could fit in her head. So who the hell knows? Hachisuka's a fairly interesting villain, although she's mostly just an agent of chaos. Just for, like, the sake of being an agent of chaos. Until we learn why she's like this, she's just gonna kind of be like that. She has to have some motive for being like this. I mean, it could just be a similar thing to Toga, where it's just her quirk makes her different and thus ostracized. But Koichi had a scary moment for a second. And Knuckle Duster, truly a bro. I like how when Knuckle Duster calls you crazy, you know that you're, like, actually certifiably insane, because that man is crazy. I wonder what he does for a job. Is he a construction worker? He's got to do something like that, like a moving company or something. Personal trainer. I'm gonna leave the discussion there, because I gotta get editing this video. So if you guys enjoyed my reaction to this episode, you can let me know by leaving a like, and you can subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Vigilantes reaction going forward. And feel free to leave a comment. And with all that being said, I hope that I can make your day better, and I hope that you continue to have good days. Till next time, take it easy, everyone.